May, so I'm still spending some time playing with different lighting techniques and trying to block out the many sounds of my children's learning, which basically sounds a lot like, what's your favorite game? Oh, my favorite game is Gotcha. Oh, my favorite game is Among Us. And they spend from 12:30 to approximately 2 or 2:30, I forget, doing this every day, every Friday, I should say. They're able to count this as a learning day, and God bless them, because I just don't see any learning that's actually happening during any of this. Had a difficult week in school. As many as you may know, I deal with a number of autoimmune diseases, and while I am typically recovering from most of them, still every day can be a bit of a struggle, and you just kind of don't know what you're going to wake up with from day to day, what your symptoms are going to be, your pain level. So I've been trying to manage that as best I can while still giving the children the best I can, and the best start for their education. But, you know, I really feel like it's the education system making that difficult. Early on, we were promised that we would all be receiving compatible laptops, because we are in a lower income school district, and it would just not be feasible to expect that those parents would be able to come up with funds for that on their own. We were able to go and purchase one home desktop computer, and that's what I'm speaking to you from now. My other children, however, have Kindle 8 Fire tablets that are kids' tablets and kids' capabilities, and Amazon and Google are on competing platforms, so that presents a number of difficulties. And, you know, for a teacher, it's take a picture of your math page, but for us, there are a number of steps that we have to go through. In fact, so many that I've had to make Google videos and then upload them to a private channel so that my children could access them to learn how to take a picture. It's not just take a picture like it is with a compatible device. And so we're also having instances of things not being turned in, and the stress and the troubling things that that's causing. So I feel like I am one in a million parents. I just also feel like many parents are afraid to speak up, because in many cases their children are in charter school. And we can get into a little bit of the dynamic of that if anybody was interested. And then we also have, I have a good number of teachers that work within private schools, private Catholic Christian academies, and private public schools, friend schools, and schools truly throughout the country, through a number of moms groups that I've been a part of since my children were little. They're a bit older now. So all across the board, parents are vastly unhappy with distance learning and feel as though their children are being underserved. Okay. That's the very first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say is that, you know, yesterday I was contacted by my child's second grade teacher, and I posted something that I'm going to show everybody here, because I think it's important. You know, I often wear shirts that say "Make Orwell Fiction Again," and for those of you that haven't read 1984, it really does refer to an age in which technology rules your life, a social credit system, kind of like you'd imagine in China. Okay, so I posted this incredibly vague statement saying, when a second grade teacher penalizes a student for being late, they're really punishing working parents. That was the end of the conversation, the statement on Facebook. This was posted on my private Facebook wall, and nobody should have been able to see this. But what happened was someone decided to take a screenshot of it and share it with my child's second grade teacher. Now, mind you, my child's second grade teacher does not penalize children for being late. So it hardly seems as though this would be referring specifically to her, but so be it. Teachers can be sensitive and menopausal and moody and maybe having a relative that's sick or feared to death over COVID and maybe overreacts to things as well. And so I'm going to give her the benefit of that doubt. My child's second grade teacher calls me shortly after posting that to relay an incident that happened in the morning. And, she relayed that incident with 100% accuracy. I can only assume that she's brilliant or that she is recording her classes, which is smart from her part. And so then I email her back, basically letting her know that I'm in touch with parents, that it's not specifically about her, that since she doesn't penalize students for being late, that it couldn't have possibly. I just hope everybody knows that this, but I want to be the only speaking parent advocate for families that are dealing with distance learning and the way that it's impacting them and their children's individual ability to get the quality education they are deserved. We talk about the inequity that's inevitable to follow between children that are forced into a distance learning model through politics or through lack of financial resources versus schools that are able to go to school full time and receive that common quality education that we've been using and counting on for decades past. And hopefully in decades in the future, all things being told. So that's where we hope to get back to. We understand that we're facing a difficult time. But what we're calling a pandemic, the CDC isn't even calling a pandemic anymore. So I think it's time for the left to get their language under control and really start dealing with things in a more muted fashion. If anybody watches this at all, I will be absolutely amazed. I do love you guys. Anybody that's out there struggling, I just want to let you know we are all riding the struggle bus together, and I promise I will save you a seat. Bye.